I bet you're wondering, where have I been? And how's painting going? Well, actually, and I bet you're probably also wondering about this arm. It's a lot better than it was a few weeks ago, I'll tell you that. I did recently finish a painting though. Check this out. Oh, geez, it's really blown out, I see. Let me see if I can adjust some of the color, or it's light, not color. Wow, look at that. It's looking pretty good. But yeah, anyway, you're probably wondering about my arm. And yes, this is my dominant arm. And I was not able to draw or paint for a while. But another thing is that I really wasn't drawing or painting. Well, I was doing drawing, but I was not painting for a good while this year. It was a combination of sort of maybe a type of imposter syndrome / creative block / my focus was completely elsewhere. Now, I had mentioned before on this channel, I believe, that one, I have a second channel that focuses on this other project that I'm about to talk about, a manga / comic project that's, my passion project. I've been doing more with that, trying to focus more on that and developing that. I'm pretty close to finishing up the first volume of that manga book. But I guess there'll be more info coming on the second channel in regards to that project. But let me talk a little bit about what happened with this arm and talk a little bit about the lessons that I'm learning. It's because whether I wanted to or not, I broke my arm, and it's sort of provided myself with a new learning opportunity, and something that's going to be a part of my story as an artist, I suppose. And if not a part of my artist story, it's just going to be a part of my own life telling how I recovered from breaking my arm. Okay, let me start from the beginning. I was gifted an electric scooter. One day I was riding, and let's just say my anxiety got the best of me. I was riding in the street, and I ended up falling pretty bad. I landed on the ground. Luckily, I had my helmet on. I should have had my elbow gear on, or else I might have been able to prevent this injury. But the way I fell, I probably might have broken it still anyway. Oh, my AC just kicked off, so I probably sound better right now. So yeah, I took a fell, landed on my arm and my head. There used to be a scar on my lip. You might be able to tell there's a little bit of discoloration. I landed on my arm, and I received what's called a Manga fracture, I believe is how you pronounce it. I broke my ulna, and my radius was dislocated. Was certainly not fun. Was not a fun trip. But I'm tish. But I was able to recover pretty well. I'm still recovering. I'm getting a lot of movement back that I, lost due to that injury. The biggest thing that I'm learning throughout this entire thing is how to be patient with myself. And that has been a lesson that I've been needing to learn for a while. I started going into burnout last year. And it's because I had made goals for myself that were pretty ambitious. And if I told people about these goals that I had for myself, people would probably tell me, hey, try to aim a bit lower and sort of build up to some of these goals, because you're gonna burn yourself out. And I ended up burning myself out because I wasn't patient with myself. I was trying to, pursue goals that were something that most people have to take time to learn how to do, especially business goals. Business goals are something that, even with proper planning, people can fail at. And, those failings are supposed to be taken as learning opportunities. And I think probably because, I wasn't in the best mental state I ended up just like going into like mental shock, and like I shut down. I had a lot of distractions that I started to consume myself with, mainly video games, and I still love playing this one specific game, Marvel Rivals. My friends know how addicted I am to that game. I'm trying not to immerse myself too much back into it. So I'm sort of like slowly backing away from like those, just distractions like that, because I do want to get back into doing stuff like this, vlogging for the painting channel, eventually documenting me working on the manga channel and doing more animation stuff. The truth is that I am very impatient with myself, and I don't give myself a lot of grace as well. And so I've been taking time, and this injury has forced myself to learn what true patience looks like. I'm getting a phone call. I got a call from my internet provider. I don't know. They were like promoting something. I don't know. And now I don't remember what I was talking about. Okay, I think I was talking about the lesson of patience. Yeah, this whole breaking my arm thing has been sort of life forcing me to learn what true patience is. That's something I've been trying, maybe not deliberately trying to avoid, but sort of subconsciously been trying to push through life without, a lot of patience for myself. And I think right now I've sort of reached a point where I'm going in a better direction again, because I've gone through a point in time now after, this break, after my surgery and operation. I'm going through physical training to sort of like get my arm back, and I do it like twice a week. And that has been a part of my lesson in learning patience. I had to like be physically patient with myself, and then at the same time, I'm learning to be like mentally patient with myself in order to give myself the time to recover, and also the grace to know that like, even if I fail, I can always like get back up and continue trying. Not only am I trying to take care of myself physically in order for me and my arm to recover, but I've also been, trying for years now to sort of get into the right mindset about like being healthy, losing weight, eating right. And I think it's because I was so unkind to myself that I didn't want to give myself the discipline to even eat right. Without getting into like, too many details. Like I really am just a very picky eater. I've always been my whole life. And I really have sort of like, I let go of the self-control that I think I had when it comes to like giving into like my sugar cravings. I have a really bad like sugar addiction that I'm trying to quell to a certain degree. Like my problem is that like there's just not a lot of foods that aren't sugary that I enjoy to eat. So I'm trying to explore more with that. But overall, I'm learning new ways to show kindness to myself. Because I know what I want in the long term, but my long-term goals require me to do things now in the short term that are uncomfortable. And that is pretty frustrating because, again, I'm impatient. My brain is like, no, I don't like the fact that I have to wait to get to the point that I want to get to. And that, that mindset is something that I've been trying to ignore, but like, I'm trying to directly confront that version of me as well. I've been listening to a lot of Jungian psychology, and the part that really fascinates me is like shadow work, confronting the shadow self It's also something I'm sort of like researching to write into my comics as well. The concept of like confronting the shadow is something that I've been doing recently because it's something that I know is completely necessary for me to, evolve psychologically, I suppose. And it's been really hard because I know exactly what that shadow looks like to me, and it's still me, but like I have to like acknowledge, that darkness in me. If y'all have seen the Thunderbolts movie, that movie moved me so much because I literally saw myself in the Void character, or the Sentry / Void character. Spoilers if y'all haven't seen it. You should watch it. It's an amazing Marvel movie. The part that really moves me was in that movie, the third act, Bob, who is the Sentry, is like wailing on his shadow, the Void. And every time he punches him, like the shadow grows stronger, and it like starts to like corrupt him, and like the shadow is like going into like the regular version of him. And the ending of that movie, it like brings me to tears almost every time I watch it, because no matter how many times he tries to fight that shadow version of him, the thing that like gets him out of that cycle is the people around him that literally like they wrap their arms around him, and he like starts like bawling his eyes out because he, in my head, he realizes that he can't beat the shadow, and he like perhaps somehow has to learn to accept that part of the shadow, or that part of him that is the shadow. We'll see what happens to him in Avengers Doomsday, but in real world psychology, from what I've been researching, integrating the shadow into your conscious self and not letting it be subconscious is the goal when it comes to that psychological work that I'm doing, and also what other people do when they're going through therapy. Really profound stuff to me, because I see it in myself, obviously, and I see it in other people as well. I have to continue to exercise that patience and tell myself, no, like I need to focus on the work that I need to do for myself, because then once that work is done, then only then I can, continue doing the work that I want to do. I want to continue painting. I want to continue drawing my comic. I want to launch my comic book. I want to have a finished collection of, luxury art. And a part of that realization is being able to admit to myself that, I have a bit of vanity in the way I want to perceive myself and my art. Like, I don't want my art to just be, paintings. I want it to feel like luxury. I want to make work that people value. And one of those things that I've been realizing since last year, and maybe also the year before, and the thing that I was afraid of was that people, as an artist, people have the desire to connect to the person behind the art. And because I, perceived myself so negatively, I didn't want people to just, I didn't want people to connect with me. And I didn't want people to, I wanted people to like my art and think of it separate than who I am, because I know who I am. Well, I sort of know who I am. I have an idea of who I am, and I don't like that version of me. So I'm working on being a better version of who I am, a better version that I can appreciate being. And I think that's probably going to come out in the way I do my art, the way I show up here on this channel now. Dang, this thing's been recording for a while. I don't know how long this is going to be. So yeah, I'm recovering. My arm is doing okay-ish. Thank you to all those who I know who have, in my personal life, who I know is subscribed to this channel. Thank you for the warm wishes of recovery. And yeah, I think there has been a few lessons that I've been learning over time. And I definitely needed that long break of not painting anything for a while. Because I remember at the beginning of this year, I started working on this painting, and like I literally stopped midway through because I literally said to myself, I don't have the desire to pick up a paintbrush anymore. Like I literally can't paint. And at the same time, I was getting people who were asking, hey, can you paint something for me? And I was like, yeah, of course. And even now, I have someone who I need to reconnect with to talk to them about a commission that they were asking me about. And wow, yeah, just being able to be patient with myself and acknowledge the fact that, you know, even if in my head, I was ready to walk away from painting, there are others who will remember me, even now, who like still want the work that I do. And that is such a privilege, and I really shouldn't be taking that for granted, especially with the amount of talent and skill that I've cultivated over the years in myself. Being able to acknowledge that the work that I'm able to output, it may not be, you know, top tier art in the world, right? But it's still enough for people. I'm still enough for people, even if I don't believe it to a degree, you know? Like people have said, you know, not in the same words, but like they've communicated that to me in a way where I now know that I am enough just the way I am. And it's not bad that I want to be better. I just have to know that if I fail, I'm still okay. Because I can get back up.